High school hoops talk with the talking heads. I'm your boy E Tally with.
This is Mike Daniel Jr. coming out of Alamo City All Star Sportsplex. Proud, loyal supporter to Super Sports Media. Bo,
Thank you,
that
thank
time
you,
is here.
thank you, and thank you. Hey man, it's go time as you always say. It's
That
go
ti-
time, my guy.
that district time that we've been talking about is here, boy. Furniture is moving.
Hey man, I'm gonna jump right into it. Hey, we got Steel number two now. Is there a reason why that happened?
Yeah, because uh, I failed to do my job diligently and thoroughly. And last week, when TMI played St. Michael's and got murdered, we did not move TMI. And that was a district game. See, we're in district play now, and so pre-district we were counting and doing our system based off playing against San Antonio, but we're in district now. So even though those private schools have different schools from other places, it's district, and so I didn't do my job diligently, did not realize St. Michael's was district for TMI. So because uh we didn't move them last week, it's okay to correct errors. We know we're human. And so we moved TMI this week for their loss that they suffered last week. And Antonian actually lost to St. Michael's last night, played them closer than anybody's played them all year, but they still suffered an L, and that is a district L. And so didn't move them much. We dropped them one, but we have to acknowledge the fact that they did take a district loss. And so with that, Steele, who's been at that two slots heels all season. They've been taking care of their business. They've won some tough ones. Clemens, East Central, they nudged out some really tough close basketball games, and so still has earned the right to that number two spot. And so I know you don't highly agree with it because St. Michael's is St. Michael's, but it is district, Bo, and that is our ground and our grace. That's my story. And anybody want to holler at me, 210-845. No, I'm just playing. Y'all know me. Y'all can find me.
No, we got to get, again, I just want to make sure, I will say it out loud. We did move the goalpost a little bit. We moved it a little bit. We moved it a little bit. And the reason why we moved it a little bit is because of the base of your play for San Antonio. Like you said, I will, again, it took me a long time to agree with you. I mean, a long time to agree.
And that's because you a still guy.
No, hey, chill out with they. Stop that, dog. You will get me in trouble. Stop that, bro. Just chill out, man. But hey, when you got three kids that graduated from Still, it is what it is, man. So I am. Again, you made a great point in your argument to why it had to happen. I just wanted to go back and fix what we did in reference with TMI. We did not move them. We kept them there. So we went back, dropped them a spot or two, and we went ahead and made the correction. Um, After you broke it all down to me, we fought everyone else for losing district games because everyone else is here. It's not it's not everyone else's fault that TMI, Antonian all play in that 6A district for TAPS. So we had to do what was right by what we're doing for everybody else and move it. So yes, I did. And
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 just because we moved into number three, we still got love for Bernal and the Apaches. It's just,
no,
I
no, no,
mean,
no, love is
it's
there. No, again, no. It's just like the whole moving moving. If you look at a few teams, I'm gonna use Harlan, I'm gonna use Judson. They didn't play a lot of teams in San Antonio. They took some L's, and you look at their record looks like, wow, they got a worse record. No, they played a lot of teams
especially Judson.
outside of district and outside of San Antonio. So when you take those L's to those Dallas teams, hey man, your record's gonna look that way. But we still supporting the guys here and what it is, and that's why leading up to this week, We got a lot of great matchups coming up. But real quick, let's get down to real business. Let's,
Hey,
what's up? What's up? What's up? Go ahead.
did you happen to look at the list? I went and updated the schedule for Friday. Have you seen that
Yes,
list, bro?
yes, yes. And let me
Did
be
you see
clear.
did you see all the blue?
Let me be
Did you see
clear.
all the blue?
It's 3H time to shine. I got to be in the building. The game that got me in this right here, the Cold Cougars versus those Randolph Roadhawks. That's what I'm gonna be at Friday. So now I saw all other
Yeah.
games and I'm mad.
Oh, I'm already knowing.
TMI is playing Antonian. That's a chance for a knockoff.
Boy,
You got Clement, no Judson and Clemens. That's anybody's game. This is this is district now. This is it right here. And this is the first time they met. So what you gonna get out of this?
Bo, listen.
Go
So
ahead.
you just talked about Antonio and TMI, right?
Yep.
And then you talked about Judson and Clemens, right?
Yep.
Listen, Johnson and Clark,
Saturday, by the way, that's a Saturday game. Yes, sir.
Alamo Heights and Bernie Champion,
That's a Friday game. That's a Friday game. Yes, sir.
Reagan and Brandeis,
Saturday game. Yep. 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 Yep.
South San and Southwest,
Friday game. Yep. 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 Yep.
and then Soto and O'Connor.
Yeah. Hey, the question is when you say that right there, you got to ask the question: will, if I'm correct, Soto beat them the first time, didn't
They spanked them the first time.
Will O'Connor, the way they're playing right now, Big Hagen, because he's again, yeah, it's about the seniors, but again, Hagen, we all know Hagen right now is showing that he's the piece. Is it will they lick back?
So here's what I'll tell you. Uh, that district, with the exception of, those guys up top in that district, uh, that 2, 3, 4 slot, them wars that they having, this game is huge because that game, uh, Soto was killing O'Connor. O'Connor had only scored 16 points through the first 3 quarters. And then they come in the fourth quarter and they score 24 points, right? So, like, what in the hell were they on that through 3 quarters they only put up 16, and in 1 8-minute quarter, so 24 minutes, they only scored 16, and in 8 minutes, they scored 24. Can they bring that energy from that fourth quarter throughout 32 minutes against Soto? And Soto, that coach, if you don't think he's going to be ready, you're crazy, right? And
Yeah,
so is he going to allow them to bring that fourth quarter into this game, or is he going to have them nullified like he did those first 3 quarters? It's a hell of a game. They got to show up. Like, this ain't no time to take no time off. We talked about this. There's no games, no time off. You don't believe me? Ask San Antonio Vets from last night. You know, uh, they took
hey,
a tough one.
hey,
Bernie, we told can't take no that little backyard gym. And we talked about these type of games, going into somebody's house, hostile environment, nothing but purple and silver everywhere. We talked about these type of games and environments. This is them drawbacks of playing in them field houses all the time. When you got to go in somebody's backyard and you ain't used to them type of environments, it's
right,
different.
right.
That's a
Yeah,
different environment, especially. That's a different environment, dog. I'm telling you.
yeah. Them and Bernie champions got them Bernie champions and the Brownsfells.
Bernie Champion Gym is twice the size of Bernie Gym. That's all I'm
It
saying.
is.
Like, yeah,
Now Bernie got a new gym, don't they? I think Bernie got a new gym.
no, that Bernie Gym. you see
Small.
Bernie Champion, and then you see Bernie Jim. You like, damn, like really?
Okay.
Is that why? Is that what he got the name Champion on the back end of it? Like it's and you got to play in that sea of purple. Like I'm telling you, them type of environment when you play in the field houses and everybody's up high and this team is on that side and your team is on this side and ain't nobody mixed in, and then you go into somebody's backyard and you know Bernie was deep last night. I wasn't even there, but you know Bernie was deep in that gym last night for that game, you know? And
Yeah.
so that stuff matters. It
Yeah.
matters.
Yeah. It does. It really does. So, so veterans is on the slide right now, right? They lost a
Well,
game.
not really, because remember, they knocked off the juggernaut. They knocked off Heights last week. Remember?
They
They
did.
gave they
They
got they gave
did.
Heights and so that's why when I saw that loss to Bernie,
They
nothing
did
against my
too.
Bernie,
Yeah. Yeah.
nothing against the Greyhounds, but after knocking off Alamo Heights, that's just not something you're expecting. But when we talk about that SEC, that Wild Wild West, that
That's the
damn
one.
region, that's
That's
the
the one.
one. And any given night, and
Yeah.
last
Yeah.
night proved that. You know, we've been
Yeah.
talking about this region all year, and
All year.
now it's here. Now it's
Because
here.
technically, Wagner should be undefeated, but even they're not even undefeated. They should
Yeah,
be
because
undefeated.
they took that L to Alamo Heights. But hey,
Yeah.
the great thing about something like this though, I know Brewer is pissed but happy at the same time that he got punched in the mouth when he did, because now that puts him back into a totally different locked in mode. So guaranteed the Alamo Heights teams you're gonna be seeing these Tuesday, Friday, Saturdays is gonna be locked in for real. Same thing with Coach Clark in the Thunderbirds.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is that time, man. This what we've been waiting on. Like
Well,
when I go to my games and it's all light blue for games of the night, man, that's exciting.
hey,
Can't wait to wake up and check them scores.
listen, I might try to slide in Alamo Heights and Bernie Champion game. I know it's kind of far away because Cole plays the game of the week for us, or the game of the day for us for Friday is that Cole Randolph game. But man, I'm not gonna fit to you. I would love to go watch Bernie Champions in Alamo Heights.
It's gonna be a ball game.
That's gonna be 6:30 at in Bernie Champions, and I'm looking right now to see what time that is because Cole plays later. We're trying to see how much later, and I might try to squeeze in two for the price of one because that's that right there. And then and I told you it's 3A turn tomorrow. It's 3A. They play at 7:30. Great Hearts plays Marion, and all both of those two schools already lost to Cole. So the question: will Cole defeat Randolph and make it three, and then they just coast to what they doing, or will Randolph knock them off because Randolph's having a great run right now? But again, Marion, man, I don't know. I don't know. Coach playing around. I don't know what he's doing over there, but Coach Allen, come on now. Come on. I had you winning district. Don't
Well,
make me don't make me
so
look bad.
I just found out. So my other power forward, Jaden Jaden Riley is out. He had a bad ankle, and so they're missing their starting center.
Oh, okay. Okay. That makes sense then. That makes
Yeah,
sense. But I would say because watching the side they had last year, I think he graduated two kids, I believe, no more than two. And what they had in the pipeline, I
yep.
knew they were going to be big.
He's a he's
Um,
a he's a tw- he's a 12-9 guy. So when you lose 12-9 in that inside presence, we're
yeah, especially
talking
in that
six,
school, in
we're,
that
we're talking
district.
we're talking 6'6", clogging up. You know what I'm saying? That's
Hmm.
that's huge. No matter who you
Yeah,
are, that's
man.
huge. That's huge loss.
Yeah, they lost to Cole and they lost to Randolph. So um, again, yeah, district, they'll finish third or fourth right now, and if they're going to keep doing that right there, that action. Um, but they play Great Hearts. That's another sleeper school. Whereas those just they gonna they gonna pull together, get their stuff together. Excuse me, pull their stuff together, and they gonna get it right. So I see them giving Cole a good run coming up here soon. Uh, but yeah, man, that I'm telling you, that Alamo Heights and Bernie
Very
Champion
champion.
game, that's gonna be a
Gonna be
game right
gonna
there.
be gonna be a
Yeah,
Futterrucker.
yeah. And like I
Hey,
said, I
I tell
might
you
try to
what,
catch a little bit of that
Johnson.
game.
Hey, Johnson is handling business like they let it be known, because that was one of those dishes that could have gone either way too. Johnson, Clark, Brandeis, Reagan, and Johnson is letting it be known where they at, and I like it, because now everybody gunning for him. So he's finishing up this first round and going in the second round in that district. Gonna be fun
Yeah,
to see, really is. Kudos to
yeah,
them because they done turned the hell out that curve and corner, and they locked in right now.
yeah, they are. Yeah, I'm gonna call them the let's call them the Pac-12, the Pac-12 of the big of the conferences right now. Because I'm
Yeah,
telling
they
you
doing
now,
their thing.
that Wagner, Brownsfells, Piper, that's the SEC for sure, man. That thing is loaded. That thing is
It's
loaded.
great. It's great to see a school like Johnson doing what they're doing right now because at the beginning of the year we were disappointed, like
We
knowing
were,
the talent, knowing the
we were.
talent that they had, right, and we just couldn't figure it out. And I was like, it was like they were in a twilight zone, right?
Right.
And then I don't know what the hell happened, but one led to the next, to the next, to the next, and I want to say it was that South San tournament is when they really woke up, turned their corner, and haven't looked back since. And so it's good to see because when we know what teams are
Wow.
capable of, and then they start to show it and produce it, man, it's good stuff. Good job, guys.
Well, I'm gonna give kudos to the interview I did with Coach. I'm putting on the interview we did. We had Coach on the show.
Yeah,
Coach got some love. He haven't got any love the whole time he been the head coach of Johnson. Liver ain't getting no love now. We showed him Liver a little love. Hey, whatever that was, the guys start playing hard for him. And he ain't look back.
ah, man, they haven't. It's good to see though because we know those boys over there and what they're capable of. Like I said, you hate to see kids that are capable and ability wise struggle,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so
Mm-hmm.
to see them now playing to their potential and what we know they're it's fun to see. Really is.
Well, real quick, we did go to one game yesterday. And let's give a recap on that real quick. And let me give you the players
I
of the
want to talk about.
game.
I don't want to talk about that game.
No, we got to talk about that game. I want to give the players of the game real quick their love. We had two. We had two. We had a spotlight player, and honestly, I goofed because I thought I only had one player of the game, but I didn't realize I had a spotlight player also. So the player of the game, honestly, is William Franklin with 15 points. Uh, Played phenomenal, and if everyone knows how we do the player of the games, I go for the person who scores the most points. I took the picture of Zebo and thinking he was the player of the game because he had a double double, by the way. He had 13 points and I believe 12 rebounds. So he had a double double last night, but he was a spotlight player. And I promise you, the game was sloppy in the beginning, if I'm correct, Mike.
Yes.
And with it being sloppy, it was one of those like it was anybody's game. But man, East Central got hot in the second half, and shots really started to fall. Shots started to fall for these young guys, and man, and that young fella Franklin, he did his thing. He did his thing. Look, if I'm correct, he's a 2027, and he's one of the phenoms that Coach Raybon mentioned in reference to, hey, I got a group of 2027s that's once they start finding themselves, they're gonna turn up. And he was one of the ones that turned up. Three level score, can play above the rim. Go ahead.
No, I'm just running the game back through my head.
Zebo, I want to say it seemed like he didn't, but at one point it seemed like he got it. No, it did. It seemed like he got every rebound. Almost. It was a point like God, dog, he rebounded again. Man, hey, can we get somebody on the boards with him? You know what I'm saying? It again was a stretch. It seemed like he got every rebound. I don't keep the rebounds. It just so happened that the statistician told me from the team that he had like 12 rebounds. Because he's chasing 1,000 points and 1,000 rebounds. So he's getting there, getting up on that feat. So again, he had a double double. But the player of the game, I want to make sure I give the love to the young man who got it. And I'm gonna be posting this here later tonight. Is William Franklin from last night's game. and they did take care of
AKA,
business with
AKA Chill Will.
that's what they call them.
Yeah. So, that game last night, right? Another backyard. That's one of those games that you got to be revved up and you got to show up to compete. And that's really all that happened last night. East Central wanted it. Clemens didn't meet the matchup. Clemens had a couple of dudes that I don't know where they were last night, but they did not they weren't in the building. And the Buffaloes needed them last night. Bottom line in the story, this is prime time basketball time. You can't afford to disappear in a game of that magnitude at home at that. And so there's still time left in district, and definitely hope to see that they turn around because that the team is loaded with talent. Coach that lets them loose, lets them play to their ability. He's one of those players coaches. And you just hate to see them struggle the way that they struggled last night. It was tough to watch. It was tough to watch. Shooters hesitating, you know, not wanting to take shots. Then when they're taking the shots, not even in the ball. You know what I'm saying? Just no rhythm. It was no rhythm. No, and in basketball, you got to have rhythm. You got to play on the bounce. Got to play on a rhythm. And again, it's still a lot of time. Hopefully, they can go to the film and snap something out of it and bounce back. They got to bounce back. They better bounce back because if
Well,
they don't, just
hold
knock
on.
their head off.
What was missing was the crowd. At
Talked about
time
man. Sorry,
at
I didn't mean
times
I
of
didn't mean
that
to jump and get
game,
excited. I
no,
had that
at times of
conversation
that
with Coach
game,
last night.
at times of that game, man, it was like you could have dropped the pin and here it hit the ground. And that's like, come on, this is a home game for me right now. I need these guys to get me excited. What's going on?
Yo, one of their coaches stopped by and he was like, yo, what you see? And I said, well, first thing, y'all ain't got no support. Like, where the hell is your crowd? Y'all are playing East Central, and it's more Hornets in the building than Buffaloes. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what's up? And and
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
what's going on? Like, how is East Central? And then remember, we talked home games, right? How does
Mm-hmm.
East Central come to Buffalo Town and bring more Hornets than Buffaloes? Something wrong with that.
Hey, it was because it's right up the street. That's
Something is
why.
wrong with that. Because
You know what?
I guarantee y'all go to the Hornets nest. That
Oh,
damn
hey,
Hornets
listen.
nest is
Hey,
not gonna
man.
be empty.
Hey, man. When you go there, and I told you I went there when they played Antonio. Oh man, that was a great atmosphere. That
Yeah.
was oh man, they were rocking right then and there. Oh man, it was good. It was good. And real quick, the jump on to talk about my man Franklin one more time. My man scored nine
Chill
points,
will.
9 of the 17 points in the fourth quarter. That young man was
Man,
not being denied, by the way, yesterday. He wasn't being because again, the score nine, and again, I get it. It was an even kill game leading up to that, but he just got hot and just wasn't. He went 3 for 4 from the 3 point from the free throw line, and he just didn't allow himself to not have a bad game. Let me say it like that. He made
so
sure.
so quick story on Chill Will Franklin, right? Shout out to Coach Raybon, and then shout out to Gmello Ward, as AAU club coach, Texas Grind.
That's Texas
Okay,
Grind. Yep.
Texas Grind. So I wanna give a little quick story on the growth and maturity that I've watched from this young man. Okay, a couple of years ago, uh, at Alamo City All Star Sportsplex, he was involved in a situation that went south. Right. I'm gonna just leave that statement there. If I had to do something, family, right? Known them for years. I had to make a decision because it was the right thing to do. He left me no choice, right? A couple of games ago, they played New Braunfels. And in this game, Will is standing there playing defense. A kid from New Braunfels takes his right arm and elbows Will across the face, like broad daylight, clear as day. The video is just disgusting and despicable. And you know what Will did? Nothing. To see the video and to see his response and to see him not attack and retaliate, which rightfully so, defend yourself, but to see him take that, absorb it, right? The maturity, and then watching him last night, not forcing the issue, playing through the system, letting the game come to him. Great things and great successes coming for that young man. So, Chill Will Franklin, just so you know, 2027, you are top of our radar when we start going down that 2027 list, my man. Proud of you, and keep doing what you're doing, keep growing, keep maturing. And again, shout out to Coach Raybon and Jamelo Ward for the work and the time that they put in with this young man for him to be where he's at right now. That's all.
No, great story. Because I remember that incident that you're talking about. I did not, again, don't know, again, I was removed from basketball coaching at that time because I was doing media, doing other things. So I wasn't really ever here like that. But I heard about the incident to now to know who it is. Wow, okay, okay. That's very impressive, first of all. And to see a player of that magnitude, that developed, play the way he played last night, and to know that he has a temper like that could have went the wrong way, that's the success story. That's the story that we need to
Because
hear and we need to see more of. Because man, I tell you, certain media outlets and certain people love showing the negative of kids, and yes, it does happen. It's and 8 times out of 10, it's the parents, but in that instance that happened, hey, it is what it is. But to see him do what he did yesterday was beautiful. It was beautiful.
man, what's crazy is, when that situation happened and, I was going back and forth with G Mello and his aunt Let and whatnot in the family, and I told him, I said, I love the kid, but I have to do this because I have to let him know that this is not right. You can't do this. And to see, just to see that growth and maturity now, man, like just the breakthrough, it's just one of those, you get chills just being able to, like, when his aunt sent me the video and I'm watching the video, I'm disgusted at the incident, but I was so proud to see him not take off running after, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And it was just a really proud moment, like, yes, like, there you go, Will. That's how you respond. Let the authorities take it. Let your coach have your back. Let the UI, yes, and that was so huge. Knowing, yeah. So chill, Will. Keep doing your thing, man. Proud of you, man.
yeah. And then real quick, just the last but not least, but Zebo, spotlight player, consistent. Why you laughing?
Dude, it's
Consistent.
because he's so calm.
He
Like
is. That's what I'm
he
about to
just
say. Consistent
he
play.
just plays, man.
He did. He did. He didn't try to do too much yesterday. He's playing on an even keel right now. And
Phenomenal kid too, man. Phenomenal kid.
the funny part about it is he knows he's chasing it, but he's letting the game come to him. No, seriously, he's letting the game come to him. He knows, like, I
Nah,
was taking this picture and everything.
he go get them rebounds. You tripping? Nah, points, yes. He ain't forcing them to score, but
No,
rebounds,
no, no,
every
man.
ball is his ball. Nah, he
Well,
want he.
listen, shout out to the whole East Central crew because they're letting him get every rebound. Because listen, it was nobody else jumping with him. Okay, so stop saying
Okay,
that. Because
let me ask you this: have you ever shook that young man's hand? Bro, I'm
yeah,
not trying to stick my hand in there and mess around, and get my arm taken out of socket, bro. Like, what? Ain't nobody trying to do all that.
yeah,
Dude is strong as hell, man.
and shout out to his AAU program. He wanted to make sure he give him a Texas hard work shout out there. I want to say I believe he played for Pooty, I believe Coach Pooty over there. But shout out to them because again, man, great kid, very, very, very dedicated to the game right now. And he understands the situation he's in right now because his size and what he's doing and what he's trying to develop. He knows what he got to work on, and he's working on those things. And he's definitely making sure he's staying humble as he's chased this 1,000 points and 1,000 rebound mark. And that's that's a true attest to what kind of Coach Rebound is because again, man, these guys are playing real well right now. They got a tough game on Friday at Judson. And again, I'm sad I got to miss that game, but I got. It's only right that I do right by the 3A and watch them play Cole and Randolph. It's only the right thing to do by what we do. We chase the programs. And I gotta give love to those guys right now. Why are you laughing? Stop laughing at me, man.
I'm not. We're anyhow moving right along. Yo, real quick, man. I
Mm-hmm.
want to take a sidebar real quick. I want to give a shout out to Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial. They have the number one 5A ranking in the state right now. Nobody in Corpus has ever. And so I want to make sure to
Okay,
give a shout out to
that's
those
home for
guys
you. I
because
forgot. That's home
huh?
for you. I said that's
That's
home for
home.
you. So I forget
That
why
is
we
home.
giving a shout out. And again, nothing wrong with that. That's again, like I always will always tell people. Um, when I first got into this doing what we doing, it was because of Coach Cantu. So that's why Coach Cantu is my guy. And again, hey man, wherever Coach Cantu go, as long as he stays in San Antonio, hey man, he has my support and anything he needs. Again, he's my guy. So I got what you're
Well,
saying.
what it is with that particular team, anytime anybody from Corpus talks to me about basketball, the first thing I tell them is get the hell out of Corpus. You're not going to have any success staying in Corpus. And so Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial is one of those teams that comes up the way. They come up the road. They come to San Antonio. They come to Houston. They go to Austin. They're coming up the road. Not
Yeah.
only did they've been coming to San Antonio, though that class of 2026 they got right now, that group been together since they was freshmen, right? And they've been taking their lumps. San
I'm taking
Antonio
lumps.
vets had their number, right? And they've been taking their lumps. Well, they've been coming up here this year undefeated. And they mopped Harlan, right? And
Yeah.
they are
Yeah.
taking care of business. And so, yes, that's the hometown for me. And I've known those kids since, you know what I'm saying? So to watch them grow up and to watch them do what they're doing right now, definitely got to give a little shout out to the house.
I'm pull up some teams they played already. I'm gonna pull them up real quick. Just give a like, hey man, they taking care. Yeah, they beat Harlan. They beat them early in the season. They beat Warren.
At Harlan.
Um, they beat Medina Valley. They beat Lee, Bronzefels. They beat they beat Antonia.
Did we miss that?
Dang.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah, they beat
Yes.
Antonia.
That's one of
Mm-hmm.
Antonia's three losses. Yes. Or
Mm-hmm.
four now. Yeah. And so
They
see what I'm
came
saying? See what
they
I'm
came
saying?
here they came here and beat them. Yeah.
That 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 right there, when you talk about getting ready for state, that right there, that's the pedigree, right? And so I got to give the show them love, man. I got to because you don't see Corpus Christi doing crap like that. And so for Corpus to have a group and to do it is just like my boy Justin Evans on the football side at Miller.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody thought he was nuts because they played DeSoto, pre-district. What the hell are you doing? What the hell are you thinking?
Mm-hmm.
Why the hell are you? Because that's what we're going to see once we get out of
Right.
this weak region. We
Right.
need to see what it is.
Right.
And so big shout out. Good job. Go get it, man. Go get it.
Yeah. Yeah. And see, I don't. The thing is, I don't know how they'll play out as far as big school, little school down there. You know what I mean? When everything pans out from their district. I know how the guys are going to pan out here. I don't know. I don't know about the 5A yet. I haven't looked at my homework on the 5A. I just know how it's going to pan out for that. I call it the Big Ten, where Judson, Steele, East Central, and Clemens. Those should be the four schools coming out of there. And so, unfortunately, East Central and Steele going big school. Judson and Clemens will go small school. So
You forget anybody?
I said Steele, Judson, East Central, and Clemens. That's the Big Ten division. Nah, I didn't forget anybody.
Just making sure.
Nah, I didn't forget anybody. No. Hey, everybody else been not good, not good, not good. But again, so I just want to make sure we give a shout out to those guys, to Mr. Franklin, Mr. Williams, just to say, hey man, we're watching. Uh, great opportunity there for you guys. You got a tough game this week. Both teams have tough games. East Central has a tough one, and so does Judson. I mean Clemens, excuse me. So that's going to be, and then next week the Big Ten run it back again, and they back at it again for all those guys. So that's and we got a month left. Believe it or not, we got a month of basketball left before the playoffs start. You know, the 12th the
Hey,
playoffs start. Yes, sir.
got a couple shout outs I want to give real quick.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So first shout out, I want to give those Brennan Bears a shout out because having the caliber team that they have, they could take nights off, they could goof around, they could play around or whatnot. They are about that business. Like they not fooling around. And to keep that level of focus,
Mm-hmm.
they are destroying everything in their path. And they are not taking their foot off that gas. So to have that type of locked in focus,
Mm-hmm.
I want to give kudos to that. You know, we don't talk about it because it's Brent. No, to stay that locked in, that's special. And gosh, I hope we get to see them go all the way and finish this journey.
I talked to D, uh, and me and him had a long conversation about that. Right now, the way the boys are playing, and they're playing really focused, and they're the ones wanting to play in the Alamo Dome. It's not the coach. Usually, it's the coach. You know, hey, I want to be there. I see myself, cutting the nets down and watching. That's usually the coach talk. No, these are the young men that he's leading are saying these things. Hey, man,
Yeah.
we allowed ourselves to. We were overlooking Stony Point last year when we let them beat us. We were overlooking them. We were already getting ready for O'Connor. Remember, O'Connor won the
Well,
game
they hadn't
earlier.
finished one yet. They didn't know that O'Connor
No,
hadn't
no,
finished it.
O'Connor. O'Connor had won already.
They
So
had one
they
already.
already,
Okay.
mhm,
Okay.
yeah, O'Connor was the early game. So O'Connor
Okay.
won
Okay.
already. So they were waiting for that game to
They
finish.
was licking they was licking their
Hmm.
chops.
Licking their chops. They were saying, "Are we good?" Because it was right there at the
Hey,
Northside Gym.
hey,
So
you want to know what's crazy?
what's that?
Uh, my pastor, we had a sermon, and there's a phrase that kind of supports what Brennan's doing right now. And success comes from failure, and failure isn't final. And so you look at Brennan's last 2 years of playoffs. What a perfect storybook ending for these seniors in that group after what's happened the last 2 years in the regional
Right,
semifinals and finals,
right,
And so
right,
I want to see them finish this journey. Now that was
right.
part one.
Okay,
Part two,
good take.
we got some newcomers. There's a newcomer that I've been waiting to highlight, celebrate. Somerset. Somerset then got up in there in
Coach
in
Penny.
in, in the top 25 with us. Uh, they have been handling business. They've been taking care of business and crushing everything in their path. And so shout out them Bulldogs. Uh, they are handling their district, and the way that those boys are playing together, they might make some noisy talent. They
So
might make a little noise, man.
funny story. And I gotta give a shout out to Coach Marco Soto. He told me we I saw him last year at the TABC. Yeah, no. Yeah, the TABC summertime deal they do. I
Okay.
saw him, and he was like, "E." He was upset. He was like, "Yo, my man, you giving everybody love, but you ain't come over here to Drive Nation and come watch us play a game. I ain't get no love by TABC." I said, you right. You know what I did? I jumped in my car, went over there and watched them play. And hey, when I watched him play, I said, "Hey man, you got a little bit of everything." He said, "Exactly. We have size, we have a good guard play, and that's what ruled the world, right? Guard play." So I was like, okay, man. Started this fall ball. Remember they were taking lumps. They were getting beaten. I was like, hey man. And remember we had him on the list for a while, like a
Did.
week. and they got knocked right off. And I was like, maybe we were just overzealous. But right now, the way they playing, the way they running through teams, I just saw
Bro,
them play Pleasant.
they are killing it.
Not Pleasanton, excuse me, but
Floresville.
Floresville. Oh man, and what's it called? Had a good night, by the way.
They're running through Floresville, Divine, Pearsall,
Xavier had a great
Uvalde.
Pearsall. No, I watched him play Pearsall. Excuse me, I watched him play Pearsall. And Xavier Radon had a great game. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. They put it together. And
Yeah.
Coach Pena told me that. He said, "Don't worry, we got it." So shout out to
So
both. To Somerset, I
so
love it.
want to give a super shout out to them, man, because I've been watching them, and remember the 20 through 25 wasn't losing, so I couldn't just kick nobody out, but I was waiting like them and Highlands. Highlands was on my watch. You know what I'm saying? That's Highlands is on my watch too. Shout out to O'Connor. O'Connor has nickel and dime their way, back to that 25. It stinks because they got to play Soto this weekend, right? But they have worked their way and got back there to where they're playing some basketball right now. So good to see them turn that corner as well.
That's a good shout out to O'Connor. O'Connor should, again, they were like the Johnson Jaguars. We were looking for them earlier. They should have. They're, in my opinion, and you can call me crazy. They're a top 15 team in the city, and I'll say that. I'll put something on that. They are top 15 team in the city, hands down. They belong in the top 15, in my opinion. So when they start taking some L's, I was just like, ah, man, I'm wrong. But here late, they've been taking care of the business, playing the way we've been playing. And again, like they always say, styles make fights. And so they've been doing a great job of staying in certain fights and doing a job in reference to making sure they spread the ball and get the big fella involved. So it's good to see. And I'm telling you, Ethan, again, once that clicks, him and Ethan, that's gonna be scary because both of those guys are 26s. So
Yes.
that's gonna be really, really scary. And both of those guys, by the way, are scholars. So the true, when you ask a kid what's your GPA, both of those guys had close to four. Them grades 3.8 and higher, if I'm correct. And so to hear that from a student athlete is like, what'd you just say? I remember I was coming up. Hey man, I'm not trying to be funny. Student athlete, all you need is 2.0. 2.0 stay eligible, bro. That's all you needed. So to hear these guys talk about, well, hey, I got 3.8 and I'm in honors classes and, hey, when it's time for me to do my Friday games or my late games, I gotta go travel. I go in there and go talk to the teachers. So that stuff right there keeps you going. Let us know these young people
Yeah.
are doing the right thing. Good stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right,
Yeah.
O'Connor. So real
Hey,
quick,
well,
go ahead.
much love to all of our schools. It's fun doing this. It's fun watching. Like I said, I wish I could share my screen and show the folks what I'm talking about when I say our highlighted blue games, like the games of the night. Like, dude, this Friday is sick. It's gonna be sick. Like I can't wait. This Friday and
It
Saturday,
is.
all the games happening.
It is. And at the same time, you want to share your screen. Give me 1 second. I can help you with that. But real quick, while I'm trying to find how to share your screen, why don't you talk to us and let us know what's going on in the Sportsplex this weekend? And did you have anything last weekend, by the way? Because we didn't start the show right. I just wanted to jump right into this high school basketball. I got so excited.
I did too. I mean, this talking. Where the hell was I? It was last week, and I was gone. I had a family leadership. I had family in town, and I went to a leadership convention, and so I don't know what happened.
Oh, okay.
When
Well, what about this weekend? You got something coming up this weekend? Because
hell of a weekend coming up, Bo. Friday night kicks off our winter league. 36 teams. Going to be getting it in on Friday nights. 18 games a night, right across 7 divisions. Then this weekend we got our 8th annual Martin Luther King Junior Tournament. 13 divisions, 60 teams going to be getting it in and getting it on from sun up to sundown on Saturday and Sunday. And so I've got some loaded divisions that make sure you put your socks on for your shoes. Come ready to play, fellas, because boys and girls, because it's gonna be It's going to be some heat up in the building. So definitely excited. I will be boots on ground all weekend, watching these teams rock and roll, and just continuing my initiative of focusing on quality. You know, that's the initiative for 2025, quality. Making sure that the right teams are in the right pools, playing against the other right teams, making sure everybody's getting what they came for, and so it's going to be a great weekend of basketball. Not to mention the UIL side, checking my phone and seeing what's going on, and keeping up with those scores and games. I hate that I'm gonna be locked in at the gym at the Sportsplex on Saturday because I can't get to none of them Saturday games. That's gonna be rocking and rolling for UIL. But trust me, I will be on the horn to see what's popping and going on though. That's for sure.
Okay. That's both Saturday. That's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, correct?
Yeah, man, it's gonna be it's full week. It's one of those weekends that I love to hate because I'm launching brand new league, launching tournament all at the same time. But when this weekend's done, that hard work, I get to chill a little bit because the way I do my league, uh, the whole regular season schedule's out. I don't got to go back week by week. Like it's out, it's done. I get to chill
Right.
till playoffs. You know what I'm saying? And so work smarter, not harder. And then
Right.
as far as the tournament side, uh, just appreciate the teams that continue to support the building, continue to show up, continue to trust in my initiative and in aligning with the vision of what I have and what I'm trying to do and help me out. When I can reach out to teams and let them know, hey, XYZ is in the building. Oh man, put me down. You know what I'm saying? And so just continuing that initiative is just been great, from the referee side to the parents getting to just be parents. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
all of it matters. It just makes a phenomenal atmosphere, man. And when you have a phenomenal atmosphere where coaches can just coach, players can just play, refs can safely be comfortable and ref, parents can just be parents and cheer. Then I get to walk around, smile, shake hands, enjoy kids, high five, dap up, all the good stuff that I love about my job. You know, Being a director of basketball there, not the owner, director of basketball, don't get it misconstrued, folks. Being able to really uphold that position, man, truly living the dream, man. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to this weekend, bro. I am.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll be up there to visit you. Nike Pro Skills got a few teams in there. We got seventh grade, eighth grade. Probably place a few trophies on our way in and out. You know what I'm saying? So looking forward to that.
Man has spoken.
Well, again, in my mind, and regardless of, the little guys got to play. But again, getting them prepared and to do what we do is half the battle. We don't take L, we take lessons learned.
Yes, sir.
So, um, you know, so with that being said, I look forward to seeing you after. I got to be there for that Clark game though. That Clark and Johnson
Yeah,
game is going to be a
that,
big
that
game
game's gonna be
because Johnson's undefeated. So with Johnson being undefeated, again, Clark's been playing some okay basketball. I'm gonna say okay. Only reason why I say okay because they won one game and lost a game, and so it's like, bro,
right.
can y'all put it together, please, Clark? Because I think they're fighting for like the third or fourth spot if I'm correct. Them and
Remember,
Brandeis.
Clark, Reagan, Johnson, Brandeis. That
Yes,
that that
that's the.
damn did
But
that's a
that's it says a fourth. If I'm correct, it's a 15 there. I got to pull it up real quick and give me a second. Let me do that. But I think it's a
Churchill.
fifth. Is it Churchill? I know it's a
Churchill.
15 that's messing up the whole bracket because it was like um no, no, it's not. It's due to Roosevelt losing, it was Roosevelt. That's who the 14 was.
Oh, okay.
Roosevelt took a L and so now it's only four. It's a clear race. Johnson, Reagan, Clark, and Brandeis.
Brandeis.
But again,
Which that it can change
change exactly.
the
Because
14. That
all
that
all
thing can
Roosevelt got to do is
change.
just get their stuff together. Roosevelt get their stuff together. Hey man, they can make a good little run.
See that's one of them. That's one of them districts, right? That Don't let them play at the yard, man. Like the olden days, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Man,
yeah, yeah,
man.
yeah. So, with that, it's still gonna be a good game because again, they're battling. They're battling for just placing. So if Clark somehow wins this game, that knocks Johnson
It's changes
to their
everything.
first loss. And if Reagan wins, now Reagan and Johnson are both tied again for first place,
Mhm.
and it
And
gives.
they got to meet round
And
two.
then they got to meet round two exactly, and then now that gives Clark some room. And shoot, Brandeis is 4-2 also, so Brandeis takes
But
care of
but
business. Now what?
but don't sleep on because like I, that any given night. I'm telling you.
Yes. And then also this week for this district, this is when this District 27, takes over Saturdays and Wednesdays during the week. So that makes it
Yeah,
great for
yeah.
us because now that gives us basketball Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday and Saturday all week long. And for
Yeah,
me,
man.
that's what I like right there. And that's why for me, I look forward to do AAU season for the younger kids. I like to get them, hey man, let's get in the gym. That's why I like to do weekends for those guys. I like to get in the gym. Hey, we're gonna go in at 8 o'clock. We're gonna finish up by 10. And guess what? That gives me a whole day to go watch some good basketball. I get to watch 3 or 4 games because they got games at the what's it called gym all the way until doggone 4 o'clock, 4 or 5 o'clock. So
Yes, sir.
hey man, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Well, nothing. That's the only thing going on our end. We'll be we'll be definitely we'll be definitely coming by the Sportsplex. Definitely gonna watch 2 games that morning. And we got Nike Pro Skills is back at it for grassroots piece. We got tryouts that morning for the actual grassroots, first grade to fifth grade. And so I'm super excited because again, I'm trying to coach again and get back in this coaching thing and hopefully see you on the sideline. And I got a very welcoming what's it called when I that's listed I've come out of retirement. So it made me feel a little decent, a little good about myself. Like, oh, okay. The coaching community's welcome me back in. They let me back in. They're gonna let the media guy come on the sideline a little bit. But don't worry. You ain't gotta worry about it. I'm only gonna do little kids, man. I ain't trying to be chasing the big kid. Don't do that. Don't do that. Hey man, hey, Nike Pro Skills got enough coaches, man. We good. We good. I'm gonna be down little kids, man. I'm gonna be chasing little types, man. 4th, 5th grade. That's me right there. That's me. We getting back to the beginning, the back to basics deal. B2B, you know what I mean? There you go. There you go. And then we and then that's about it, man. I thank you again for allowing me to connect with the FEBL. They got some games at the home gym there, and they doing their thing. So those guys will be having some games, 4 games, and then we turn around and we back at it again, man. We back at me and you talking on the phone, getting the list together for Monday. Then there we go. There we go. Then we got a whole new week, and then now the countdown starts. Getting to the Alamo Dome. So we do owe the audience a list also in reference to our 26s and our 27s that we've been watching. That we want to make sure it's just a watch list. It's not a rankings. Please, please, please. It's not a rankings. We do not do rankings. Again, if you want a ranking, you go to the Gasso. Go talk to those guys. They do all the rankings. They put you where you belong. I don't. I just identify kids I see that's in a grade that play really well. We talk about one today, which is Mr. Franklin, 2027. That's a kid that you need to watch for because special young man plays really well, goes to East Central, and does a phenomenal job. Go ahead, Mike.
And if there's anybody that we miss whenever we put this list out, we're not perfect. Shoot us a text. Let us know who we missed. Let us celebrate that kid. That's how this works.
Yes.
It's all
Well, and
love.
at the same time, we got to see him too. We got to see him. Tell me what school you at. Like, hey man, thank
Yeah.
you. Shout out to Cornerstone. We'll be at a game. I'll be at a game before the end of the season. Cornerstone. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you
Yeah,
for giving me
that's
the
how this works.
invite, man. Yeah, that's definitely how it works. If we not giving you
We
love,
trying to
then
show as much love as we can to as many as we can.
yes, yes, yes. And Cornerstone made the list. And why did they make the list? Because they were beating people, and it was like, oh
Yeah,
man, we missed it.
yeah.
So we're definitely going to come out there and watch those guys play. And again, they take care of business. They did take an L. I misled Mike a little bit because I told them they won and they took an L yesterday. It was yesterday, right? It was
Okay.
yesterday.
We're human.
Okay.
I didn't realize that St. Michael's was in TMI and Antonian
Yes.
District. So
Yeah.
we're
Yeah, man.
human. And we
Yeah.
ain't perfect. We're doing the best we can to show as much love
Yeah.
as we can, man. We ain't perfect.
Exactly. Exactly. So
And don't and we don't profess to be.
let's go to a Mike's moment real quick.
Thought you'd never ask. Mike's moment. A very wise mentor of mine when I first started with follow through. And I would post our scores. He gave me a nugget. And the nugget he gave me was don't just post when you win, post when you take lessons as well. No matter how ugly, no matter how bad, post your lessons just like you post your wins. He said, don't be that guy that we only hear from when you win. And so, with that being said, my moment is this for the 1,017 basketball clubs and organizations that's out there that's playing the same way it's kumbaya and celebratory time when you're winning and hoisting trophies. Celebrate those lessons the same way. Don't run from the lessons. Celebrate the lessons the same way you celebrate the triumph. It all matters on the growth and development and journey. It's all part of the process. Don't run from it. Celebrate it the same way. Take from the lesson, get back in the lab, and bounce back. That's it. That's the moment. That's the message.
Great moment. Great message. I love it. Well, if we don't have anything else, man, let's go ahead and wrap it up and let's go to final thoughts.
I got one more moment. I lied.
Go ahead.
The past 2 weeks with my organization follow through has been a hell of a 2 weeks. Situations happened and occurred that completely blindsided by, completely caught off guard, and maybe could have handled them better because I always start with me. But at the end of the day, for all families that were part of follow through and no longer part of follow through, thank you for the time that you were with follow through. Right? Best wishes on your new journey and endeavors. And to everyone that stayed with follow through the turmoil and the situations that happened, much love. Thank you for the continued trust. We're only working to be better. We're not perfect, but we're trying. And so just wanted to make sure to acknowledge the families that were with follow through. Thank you for your time again. Wish you nothing but the best. And for the ones that are still rocking with follow through, it's 2025. We doing a damn thing. We got 7 teams locked and loaded for the Friday league, 3 teams locked and loaded for the tournament. Have a new director of player development, growth and development that starts officially Monday. So I am excited about that. An actual director that is geared and focused on nothing but player development across the whole organization through training and everything else. And so excited about that. Now I'm done.
Let's let's jump into final thoughts, bro.
Final thoughts. Accountability and approach is everything. When you're in a position of leadership, before pointing fingers and placing blame, start with the mirror, right? You start with the mirror and you just continue working to be better. 0.0001% better each and every 1,000% better each and every day. Take accountability, Own your actions, be responsible, and just keep working to be better. For all my people that are in positions of leadership, start there and then keep thriving and striving. To all our athletes, our student athletes, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, take care of that classroom, and just go be great. That's it. Oh, I lied. To my folks out in LA, prayers to those families. To my folks out in New Orleans, prayers. To Louisiana, prayers to those families. Life sucks sometimes. And just prayers out to any and all families affected with these tragedies that have happened the last month or so. Prayers out to you guys and hope everything works out. All right, I'm shutting up now. Hey, appreciate you, bro. Till next time.
Yes, sir.